Hi, hat lovers. Welcome back to Hat Chat. I'm Norma Shepherd, the director of the Mobile Millinery Museum and the author of 1000 Hats. I brought you three today. As you know, Three of Anything is a collection, and I've brought three exceptional hats that I just happened upon. I happened upon two of them in a local, one of my favorite vintage clothing shops, Vintage Soul Geek in Hamilton, and the other I pulled out of our own archives. I I'm happy to be back doing the videos. I know that I was very slack with the videos while we were prepping for the debut of our Jubilee exhibit. We're still traveling with that. In fact, on Tuesday we go to Aurora, and I'm quite excited about that. We've also put the finishing touches on an exhibit called Straw, a millinery mainstay, 1770 to 1970. And there's more about that on our website, and I'll also put some information about that in the description box. I've had a real good time researching and curating this exhibit. It covers the 200-year period considered the Great Age of Millinery, 1770 to 1970. And that sort of goes from Jane Austen to Monty Python era. Now, I want to get right down to talking about this fabulous hat that I found. When I saw it, I wasn't sure exactly how it, how it is secured to the head. I talked to Connie about it. She wasn't sure either, but I went home and thought about it and knew I had to go back and get this hat. So sometimes you see a piece that really speaks to you, and maybe you're not sure how you're going to wear it or what you're going to do with it. And sometimes you can add some trims or change the way that you secure it. At first I thought I would probably put a chignon strap on it, but I'll get to that when I show you the actual hat. But I want to show you a few trims that I've collected. We've collected quite a few feathers, flowers, all kinds of millinery trims. But I do have a little box of some trims that I particularly like and have been keeping for the right occasion, or the right hat to come along that it could adorn properly. Now this next one is actually, well, this first one is actually a hat in its own right. It is a 1960s veiled whimsy. It looks like these gorgeous velvet streamers need a bit of steaming, and they will steam up nicely. But primarily I will use this gorgeous flower, which forms the top of the hat. It's a shame to kind of take these things apart, but if the right piece comes along, I will certainly do that. Another giant floral trim is this one, and it needs some steaming. Haven't really done anything with it since I came across it. There are some fabric leaves on the back, wired, that also need a bit of shaping and steaming. So this will be fun to work with at the right time, and this might make a very nice fascinator or some ornamentation on a nice wide-brimmed hat. There's some smaller pieces in here. There's a lovely little floral bouquet, which can be used as a millinery trim, or, often these were worn as a corsage on a lady's dress. 1930s, 1940s, that was quite a popular thing to do. And I'll show you one more, and then we'll get to the hat itself. I think this is a really sweet one. Again, this one needs steaming. Some of the flowers are velvet, some are cotton. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the colors. And of course, they've become a little bent and need some shaping and steaming. Gorgeous. But the one that I really thought of for this hat, this very flat hat, is a very soft pink large floral bouquet. Here it is on the hat. I've put it on with a hat pin. Now the hat itself was just this great big circle with an open crown, and I thought at first that maybe isn't this a great little peekaboo? I thought at first that maybe the crown would sit on the top of the head, but maybe you could make it work that way, but I don't really see that that's how it was meant to be. So these combs, these plastic combs that were stitched into it originally, are meant to fold down and grasp your hair when you wear it This is worn to the side. The comb goes like this. It looks terrific. So then the hat is worn like this. Now you could secure it with a chignon strap, which I may do. So the interest on the outer side is with these flowers, but this type of hat often had millinery trims on the under brim as well. So it's a really, really fun piece from the 40s. Still has the tag on it. Needs to be processed. Now the second hat I also found at Vintage Soul Geek. This is also a very flat hat, great for packing, but it's very iconic. You'll realize of the 1960s. It is a variation on a turban. It's almost bean shaped or oval shaped. This great 1960s, 1970s color blocked fabric. And the great thing about turbans, of course, is you can, if you're a seamstress, you can sew them. You can make hats like this without requiring anything other than a sewing machine and some fabric and some lining. Now this one sort of stands up when you wear it, and I'm not going to actually put it on, but you can wear it a few ways. You can wear it flipped like this. You don't want it to look like a chef's hat, but it will also stand up if you want, and it would look terrific with a little 1960s mini in one of these bold colors. And as I say, it's certainly worth adding to the collection. Connie has it listed as a wild 1960s hat, which it is, and the label is Monsieur Lion, Canadian hat. Quite a prominent millinery company from from long before the 1960s. Now the third hat I want to show you is a great big hot pink, certainly not flat. It's quite a contrast from the other two, but it certainly is bold. This one is by one of my favorite, now deceased of course, millinery designers, Irene of Montreal. It has her signature lace lining. Sometimes the lining you find with her is black, sometimes it's white. This is a pieced fabric, wonderful quality. It has substance. This is not going to crush, and it's so beautifully shaped. It's shaped to fit and was very likely custom made for one of her clients in the 60s, but it fits me. It doesn't move. It's just terrific. And again, you think of those wonderful coat dresses and mini dresses and fashions from the 1960s, and this is a perfect accompaniment for that. So I happily, I'm going to put this back into the archives, but I just wanted to bring it out and show it to you. So that's a small collection I brought you today. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Hope you're staying safe and well. We are traveling again, as I mentioned. We're on the road again, and we're also trying to get these videos done probably twice a month. So I hope to be able to keep that up. I wish you all a happy day, and see you next time. Bye. And with a hat like this, I mean, it helps to look at some old movies to see how these were worn. This is actually from the 40s, and then this is how the hat looks. Great hat to wear if you're forced to sit next to the person that you do not get along with. No reason to even turn and look at them.